Hi there, this is Susie from Alabaster Flask, and I'm about to share another. I'm laughing because I accidentally did a video of one that I'd already videoed the other day and then went to upload it and went, oh my gosh, I already did this. So this one is an order from a lovely friend who saw the original and wanted one for herself. So I'm going to try and show you this, although I can't adjust my telescoping phone holder thingy for the video because I don't have the strength to turn the knob. So hopefully I can stay in frame as best as I can. This is another journal done with Nicola from the Paper Cameo's Blue Divinity kit. And it's throughout are these gorgeous blue colors, and I've also custom dyed lace to go into this and used some from other projects as well. I love to dye lace, as anybody who knows me knows. So here it is. This is Blue Divinity number 2. So this is a piece of lace that has sort of a pale aqua color cording on it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can see the detail on that. I have it in, it's a vintage lace, and I've got it in tons of different styles. I have a bunch of different ephemera here. Tiny little envelope that is from Nicola's kit, one of them, and I just put a little butterfly digital in there that I printed up. There's some old vintage Catholic ephemera that I purchased from someone in France, and just some of their little journaling cards are in there. This, as usual, I can't remember all the different designers of the kits that I used. This is from the Paper Cachet's kit from a designer whose name I will link below when I can find it, but find it I will. This, I believe, came from EverlastingJournals. This is from another designer whose name I shall put below. This is another of those laces with the cording. Just love it. Love, love, love it. I've been hoarding it, but I think I'm going to have to start selling it off because it overfilled my drawer for that. More ephemera. Another printed thing with another little piece of religious ephemera in it that I really hope the recipient will love. These are just, they're printed on vintage paper. You can see it's almost like pattern paper when it's printed on, and these are antique embroidery patterns from someone whose name I will put underneath. Little cameo cut out, took a picture of it online and printed it up, cut it out to put in there because it was perfect. This is not a vintage lace, this is just a very fine quality Cluny. This one is a vintage dyed one, and she expressed interest in fans from my Pinky Divine that I've not done a video for yet, and so I tried to include an extra one or two in here for her. A little faux button card that I did not fill to keep from being bulky. More vintage lace, more dyed vintage lace. I just love these colors. More button cards, I believe from that same collection, though possibly not. This is just a little journaling space from a digital whose creator I will list below. I wish I could remember them. Someday I'll get more organized and I'll write this all down before I do the video. I love this applique. I've dyed this in so many colors, and it's just exquisite in this teal color. This is more ephemera. I did the same type, but used I think this may have come from Ruby and Pearl from Heather. This may have come out of one of Chapter 1's kits. And this one, I have no clue, but these are just little journaling spaces and a double fold page from a 1700s French book. I have a small collection of those, but I like to tear them apart. If they're not in perfect condition, I do have a few that are, that I'm hoarding. More dyed lace, just vintage lace that came in that color. A little booklet done with a digital and a piece of, I think it might have been avocado dyed vintage paper. Little journaling card. Another piece of ephemera that I liked putting this way because I liked that little snippet that I put on from somewhere. And this is a French document, a digital, that was printed on the vintage paper. And it really does look fantastic. It's a little difficult to print on double-sided on that. Other Paper Cameo digital, as is this. And I'm not sure where this piece came from, but that's Paper Cameo as well. This is an original receipt from 1887. I don't know what it's from. I suppose if I wanted to, I could take the time and probably translate it using Google, but I don't want to. Double fans. I believe one came from the Blue Divinity and the other came from probably something blue with a little piece of antique lace cut out. And this is from I don't know where, but it's more journaling space. More dyed lace, more ephemera. This is a letter from 1870, looks like. Beautiful French letter. Faux ephemera. Button card. Oh, this is my favorite spread. It's just the colors in it just make me happy. This, I believe, was from EverlastingJournals, and I don't know where this came from, but it was a full-sized document folder or something, and I reduced the size down and used it for this, with another piece of book page in it. Antique French book page, and I love this as well. So many of these pieces I really struggle with finding where I did them because I print out things in sets and always forget to write down where I got them. This is from either Paper Cameo or EverlastingJournals. These two, I believe, are Everlasting. This is another printout of that, one of those embroidery pattern books. Just look at how beautiful that is, and printed on the vintage paper. It's just gorgeous, even though the other side of the page is white. It's okay. And this is, I'm not sure whose this is, but I will be sure to find out. And another of the button cards. More lace. Another, I did the same on the other journal as I did this. I wanted to try and replicate it somewhat closely, but changing out the ephemera, and I did include this antique book page in here. This is from a vintage embroidery book where we treated the papers, and they're glued together and used as pages in journals and sometimes covers. Michelle of Boho Crafty Chica, she and I were doing this about a year ago, just hoarding these books and then tearing them apart and making them into these pieces and treating the paper, and they just turned out so lovely. And I thought, in this particular person loves to sew, and so I wanted to put in as many sewing references as I could as I went through. This is a piece of antique French lace. This is another little snippet. Mother Pearl button, more lace, another letter, or rather just an envelope, I believe. And it is from 1950, but it's got blue writing on it, and it's French, so it belonged in here. This is also from EverlastingJournals, as is this. Another of those cards. This is a piece of faux ephemera that I'm sure Michelle treated the paper and gave it to me. a piece cut out of one of those embroidery patterns that has an S, because that's the letter of the recipient's name. Then I have these more button cards, another little booklet with just pieces of digital in there. This was so beautiful, and it looked like it really belonged in the journal as well. So I added it. Another little tuck spot pocket. Vintage Venice lace that I dyed in that teal color. I've mixed the blues and the teals extensively because the blues are varied all the way through, and it doesn't bother me at all. I love the combination of colors. Another little pocket. Another little fold out. And another little booklet that has some, this is actual doily dyed paper, coffee dyed paper that I purchased from someone on Etsy. Other pieces of, this is a vintage typewriter paper, but I don't, for the life of me, can't remember where I got it, but it's beautiful. A little piece of applique. This one I put on a piece of chipboard just because I did, and then I thought, oh, that would look nice in there. Faux ephemera. Another little, this is a, I don't know, it's a digital, but again, printed on the vintage paper. And so it's almost, it's not as thin as onion skin. It's got a little bit more substance to it, but prints up beautifully, not always on both sides. And it's lovely in there. As I was trying to finish up this journal, Nicola put out another kit, and I can't remember the name of this one, but I pulled it from that kit because it worked well. Another piece, another printed letter, digital print, just tucked in there nicely, but I won't try to retuck it. More lace, more hand-dyed velvet ribbon, more of that other beautiful lace. This is my latest package that arrived from Belgium. Had all of these stamps all over the cover, and I cut them out and thought, oh, they're all blue. They belong in here too. And a couple of more pieces of faux ephemera, and that's it. That is not the last, the second to last of the digital, or the Divinity Blue journals. I put a few little vintage and mother of pearl buttons on here. The one is a spool of thread and came in a collection of tiny buttons that I got, and it was perfect for the recipient. So I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. I'm really trying to get through doing journals and putting up videos, but it's an arduous process for me and my time is very restricted. So anyways, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.